So I don't have fame and I don't have money. And there's actually a really good reason why I don't have those things, is because truly I know I don't need them. Now, need and want are two different things. Would I like to have money? Would I like to have fame? I'd like to have a little bit of fame, honestly. I'd like to have a lot of money. But I know in that part of yourself that just knows things. You know, I go to my heart when I say that, when maybe I should go to my head. But truly, yes, it's your mind that thinks, but I think your heart thinks as well, if you look at it in a certain perspective. And I think this is, sometimes your heart thinks deeper than your brain does. If you want to separate thought with just intellect and emotion, intellect is here, emotion is here. Now, this is just how I view it. I'm not saying that's actual and real. I'm just saying that a deeper thought is from here, whereas your just knowledge, just numbers and letters and facts and things of that come from here, but knowing comes from here. And if you look at it that way, that's why we're here. I don't need I don't need money. I don't need fame. And anybody that truly knows us will say this, and I've had several people say this about us, and I say us as Michelle and I. It's always us. There is no me, there is no her, it's us, and it always is. But I don't want to put words into her mouth, but we are us. Anyway, we are happy. I know truly I am happy. I don't always have great days, but I have a sense of happiness that most people just do not have. They just don't, and in some ways it makes me feel bad for them, because I know several people that have a lot of money, and I'll be honest, I really don't know too many people that have money that are happy at all. I mean, just miserable people, and most of them I talk to will express that they're just miserable, but they've got plenty of cash, they got plenty of money, you know, but they're just not happy people. As an example, and I don't talk about my brother very often, and when I do talk about my brother, I don't express, hey, I'm talking about my brother, but I'm going to talk about my brother for a minute. He and I are about 180 degrees on everything. I mean, everything. It's just really uniquely bizarre at how completely opposite and different we are. But he has a decent job, and he makes plenty of money. But he is freaking miserable. And I'm not putting words into his mouth. He is freaking miserable. You know, I'm not gonna out his issues or his troubles or anything like that, but if you can take my word for it, just believe me, the poor guy is freaking miserable. And he doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to be. He chooses to be miserable. He chooses to be miserable. Now, I choose to be poor. But I'm so happy. I'm just happy. And he will tell you that. He, when he, on rare occasions, apparently, he talks about me to his friends. We do not communicate very often. My viewpoint on why that is just my viewpoint. It may not be accurate or correct, but regardless, we don't really communicate much. But we did talk a week or so ago, and for a short period of time, and we were chatting, and I told him, I said, you look just so depressed, dude. I said, what the hell is your problem? Oh, I'm not happy. Oh, I'm not happy. I'm like, why the fuck aren't you happy, dude? You got more money. He makes more money in a week than I do in a month or two. But regardless, his life situation just fucking sucks. I mean, oh my God, I wouldn't wish his life on anybody, I'll be honest. He has opportunities to be very happy. He does. And I tell him that all the time. You have opportunities to be happy. You choose not to be happy. Oh, I know, it's my fault. I deserve it. Blah, 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 blah. It's just, I deserve it. I'm supposed to be horribly miserable. I deserve to be miserable. I deserve to be treated like crap. No, you don't. You choose to be treated that way, dude. We as in Michelle and I have a friend that lives in a state that the general populace, I just don't agree with their philosophies. Just don't. She's a wonderful person. I really, really like her. Her and Michelle are very, very close and tight. She did not care for us when she first came about us. She found us on YouTube, and she didn't like us just because of the way we expressed ourselves. And it's okay, I get that. I'm a very polarizing person. I sometimes just strike people wrong instantly, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. But she didn't really like us at first, and in her extremely liberal attitude, she decided she would just kind of listen a little bit and just see. And even though she disagrees with our viewpoints, we get along really, really well. And I disagree with her viewpoints most of the time, and we get along really, really well. I mean, so anyway, this thing with happiness, first of all, you don't need an outside, or you should not need an outside force to make you happy. Everything that you need, everything that you want, everything that is everything, I'm telling you right now, is within you. All right, if you cannot find it inside of you, you will never find it outside of you. I'm telling you that right now. And you can take this as a religious speech. You can take this as whatever you want. But I'm telling you that if you cannot find it within, you will not find it without. That's just it. Anyway, going back to this, the reason I don't have a lot of money, truly, a very big reason, I don't have a lot of cash. A big reason why my dojo doesn't explode with students and make me a lot of money and make me well known. The reason my YouTube channel doesn't explode with views and comments and popularity and all that. The biggest reason that occurs is because I know I don't need that. I don't really need that. Now, do I want that? I would love to have something like that. Would be so cool. That would be so fun. That would be so cool. But I know here, I don't really need that. That's not really important to me, and that's why it doesn't happen for me, because I know I don't need that. And to a lot of respect, I don't really want that. I would like to have enough of money that we don't have to worry about whether we're going to get a tank of gas, or we're going to get something to eat, or whether or not we can go buy this item or that item because we just want it or we feel we need it at the time. You know, we can't do that. Sometimes I can't drive the van because we don't have enough of gas to last the month. We can't just go out and buy something because we feel we need it or want it. We can't do that. Sometimes we have to decide, do we want to buy this food product or do we want to do this? You know, we have to make those decisions on a daily basis. But we're happy. We're happy. I'm very, very happy with the way things are. I truly am. And don't take that as in, well, I just settled, because I haven't just settled. It's not about settling. It's not about being content to a lot of extent. Now, I guess it's the determination of what you consider content means. I definitely haven't settled. That's for sure. But the key to this is I'm happy. So we'll go back to my brother real quick. So if those of you who are watching don't know, I don't really hide anything. I really truly don't. I'm very upfront and honest with everything that I say and do. I think the worst thing that someone could ever truly do is lie to themselves mostly, but to other people, and it just sucks. You know, if you're honest with yourself and honest with everybody else, it makes you a happier person, and that's just the truth. So now I will say this though, the truth does not set you free. It's the truth that gets you put in jail. I'll just tell you that right now. Truth does not set. That's a fabrication. That's a lie. That's something that they tell you to keep you in line and to encourage you to be forthwith about things you probably shouldn't be forthwith about. Truth does not set you free in that respect. No, disagree with that wholeheartedly. But I do not choose to live a life of lying. I just don't. I'm very upfront. I'm very honest. I try to be as truthful with everything as I possibly can. And if I feel like I need to not be truthful, I just don't say anything. Now I can say things. Let me try to think of something. Well, okay. Here's a really good example. Okay, so I learned this several years ago, and I learned this from Donald Trump. Some of the many positive things that I've gotten from him being president. I really like Donald Trump. You know, if you don't like him, you know, I don't really care. I think he is the perfect avenue to make this country what it should be. That's just my opinion. But anyway, I was listening to one of his speeches, and he was talking about somebody, and he didn't like them. He was not saying nice things about them. And then he pulled out the word nice. He said they were nice. And I'm like, that's kind of odd to say after all this other stuff. And, you know, he's nice. And it made me think. And it made me do some research. And the etymology of the word nice is not positive. It means stupid. So when the word was originally used, it meant stupid. Now, through time, it's been altered and changed, and nice means what it means today. And nice, right? I try not to use the word nice because truly it means stupid. And I found that out by research, by learning, by figuring it out by doing reading, you know, that sort of stuff. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff like that you just got to really delve into to find out what it truly means and how it truly affects you. So anyway, back to my brother. I'm rambling and digressing. I love that word, digress. I love that word because I do it all the time. So anyway, my brother and I were talking a few weeks ago, and I was telling him how he could be happy if he wanted to be, but he has to choose to be that way. He can't just be happy. He has to want to be happy. He has to put that effort into being happy. He has to do what it takes to be happy, and he won't do that because he wants to be miserable. I like to say he's not happy unless he's unhappy. And there are many, many people out there in the world like that. They cannot conceive of being anything but freaking miserable and just downtrodden human beings. They have to be that way. My brother's one of those. Anyway, I have mental problems according to society. I am officially registered as psychologically defective, and I know this because I have paperwork to prove it, and the FBI encouraged that in me. Let's just say that I had a discussion with them during the process, and they weren't happy with me. But yes, officially I am psychologically defective according to the federal government, and I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that. I'll be honest. Very happy with that. But anyway, my brother and I were chatting, and I told him, dude, you could be happy. I said, I can help you. I can help you be happy. I can help you. And I mentioned another person that truly wants him to be happy and wants to help him be happy, but he chooses not to accept their help. And I know my brother doesn't watch this channel, and I know the person that is desiring to help him be happy probably doesn't watch this channel either, but yeah. Anyway, apparently he tells his friends, when he describes me, he says, I have a crazy brother, but he's happy. He's poor and he's crazy, but he's happy. I'm like, damn straight I am. So anyway, I think honestly one of the big reasons why I don't have money and my dojo isn't super financially rewarding and that sort of stuff is because truly I know that I don't need that. I don't need that. I would like it. Sometimes I kind of want it. Sometimes I don't want it. Want is kind of I don't know. I would like to have the money. I would like to have, the dojo the way it would be kind of cool, but I don't always want it like that. And I definitely don't need it. I don't need it to be that way. For me to have a fulfilling, happy, eventful life. I don't need that, and that's really why it doesn't happen, because I don't need it. So honestly, I have had many viewpoints about this topic that I'm about to discuss that I have had pretty much my whole life. Definitely a large part of my adult life. I've just had these viewpoints, and I never really realized exactly where they came from or how I come to this conclusion. I don't know, maybe it's because I just knew it. Maybe it's just something that just came out of me. It's like I said, if you can't find it inside, you're not going to find it outside. So it was absolutely there to begin with. I just had to find it. And I think it's there for everybody. You just have to find it. And I enjoy my religious ideas and beliefs and structure. I enjoy that aspect of my life. It is not limiting, it is not confining, it is not structured in the manner that you have to believe this, this, and this, or else. I'm a pagan, and have been forever, and I realized that in the early to mid 90s, and that was a path that I've been on ever since. And I've also really been interested in quantum physics ever since I learned about it. Again, I can't honestly say that I understand it or that I comprehend it. I just believe that that's just how things are. I really just believe that that's really part of the whole process. String theory is very important to my whole concepts, and I really never realized how important it was until I realized that this quantum physics, the science, and my pagan religion are actually one thing. They're not separate. As is nothing. Nothing is separate from each other. We're all entangled. Very true. We're all entangled. Some of us are more entangled than others, but we're all entangled. So I want to show you something on this whiteboard. Then I'm about ready to jump back to the EAT dojo and have more of a discussion. But to mix my beliefs, we'll say that, my beliefs with quantum physics and my beliefs with my paganism, we're gonna start this chat with that's what I'm about to do, and hopefully I don't muddle it up so much that you don't understand it. I'll try to make it as simple as I possibly can, and hopefully this will click with somebody.